Hello, my name is Tanya Homenko. I'm an adjunct assistant professor at FIT, and I would like to present to you an interactive mini lecture about the benefits of 3D tools in fashion design. What are the 3D tools? They are the tools available in the 3D fashion design software that enable the designers to create true-to-life digital samples, thus eliminating the need for the traditional way of making design prototypes by cutting and sewing the actual fabric. There are many benefits of using 3D tools for fashion design, but I selected the most important ones for this short presentation. In my opinion, the technology that allows us to use the 3D tool is a revolutionary technology. And as a person who grew up in Ukraine during the Soviet Union times, I do not use this word lightly. So let's begin. Efficiency falls into the number one because the technology cuts the amount of time used for the traditional making of samples, and investing into the software is the only cost associated with the process. Sustainability. The actual materials like fabric and paper are not needed for making 3D prototypes, thus eliminating the unnecessary waste. Collaboration between the team members is another great benefit because 3D software is connected with cloud-based digital storage, allowing for the sharing of a digital fashion during design presentations, interactive meetings, showroom appointments, runway shows. And integration is the great benefit because the initial design process easily integrated into production, and it's seamless and accurate process with 3D tools. And I would like to show you a few examples of my 3D designs to illustrate these benefits. On the left, you see a couple of images of designs by Clara McCardell, one of my favorite American designers of the 20th century. Her work was very influential in 1940s, 1950s, and I personally like to revisit her creations from time to time for the inspiration. We cannot possibly know how much time it took Claire and her team to produce a prototype of this silk popover dress, but we can only assume the process could take several hours, if not days. On the right, you see the digital prototype I created in Claude 3D while inspired by Clara McCardell's designs. And although I was not timing myself for this process, I can say that most experienced 3D designers would take 1 hour or less to create designs similar to this. It all starts with downloading a digital pattern or creating your own using 2D pattern making tools that have been used widely in the fashion industry for many years by now. You'll see it on the top left corner. Once the pattern pieces are brought into the system, the designer will arrange them around the digital model, also known as avatar, creating the 3D layout. After that, sewing tools are used to stitch the pattern pieces, and the simulation is applied to visualize the garment in the default fabric. Fabrics and color choices are added to complete the digital prototype. And you can stop here, or the designer may create multiple variations of the design within the minutes by manipulating pattern pieces and changing fabrics and color choices. 3D tools give the endless abilities to the designer to play with the patterns and the prints. What you can see on the left, I used just one stripe design and I was able to change the scale of the fabric, direction of the fabric, and also the colors all within the minutes. And on the right, you see the dress in a print, which also can be seen in multiple colorways. All of this is, again, done very quickly and efficiently. There's no need to cut the fabric. There's no need to request the strike-offs or other samples of the fabric. And you can have so many choices, and your possibilities are endless. And you can be as creative as you can because you can see it very quickly, and you do not need to worry about the cost involved in the making of the textile samples to be used for the garments. In addition to the ability of changing colors, scale, and dimension of digital fabrics, 3D tools can also create real-looking prototypes of textures and graphics with depth and dimension, like the sweater knits samples on the left and embossed logo on the right. Now I'm going to present the steps in Claude 3D. On the right-hand side, you see the patterns in 2D window. They've been brought into the program from different program. And on the left hand side, you see the 3D window, and you can see that the pattern pieces have been arranged already for the simplicity of this presentation. Once they've been arranged, you can turn around the model and see if the sewing lines are completed properly. So far they look good. And once the step is completed, you can simulate the garment. And I'm clicking here for normal simulation. So you can see how garments are going to be sewn together. And once again, you can turn around the model, see from different point of view if all the pattern pieces are attached properly. The fabric is used basic fabric by default, but after you have this, you can move on into the fabric selection available from the library. And I'm going to choose a fabric like a knit cotton jersey fabric on the left because it's the pattern for the knit garment. And it is uploaded, and I can stay here if I'd like to, but I can also quickly change the colors if that's what I want. Again, you have a Pantone selection and in several color choices and multiple color choices as well. So I can do the color changes if I'd like, and I can keep changing until I like it. And I can also add the prints if that's what I'd like. And I have a selection here for the quick demo. I can add the print, and I can see how it's going to be applied quickly and very easily. And if I don't like the scale or direction, or if I'd like to see how to do it differently, I use the edit texture, and I can play with the direction and the scale of the fabric here and there. And if I don't like this, I can have another choice, for example, stripe. And again, all of the selection is done very simple and quickly and very efficiently. One of my favorite features of 3D Tools is the ability to change the size of the model. The avatars, for example, in Claude 3D come in different body shapes, like straight and curvy, and also different size ranges. We have Missy, Junior, Petite, Maternity, and also Kids. And that feature gives the ability to the designer to see his or her creation on a real size model. For example, size 14 is average American customer size now. So it's important to see how the creation will look on actual customer before it goes into the production. And you can also make adjustments to the standard sizes according to the customer base you're going to use as a designer. This slide illustrates the possibilities of how to present the garments using 3D tools. It can be done as a snapshot, as a turntable video, as a motion pose, digital photo shoot, or as schematic illustrations of flats. Another great benefit of using the 3D tools is the possibility of creating the digital runway shows, and they can be staged using different backgrounds, different models can be used, and it's again sustainable and efficient because no actual fabrics used to create them, and there's no need to invest into the model and into the production, and the cost of the production is minimal because it's mostly the labor of the designer and the collaborators. The ability to collaborate with the sales and marketing department is a great feature of the 3D design software. So what you can see here on the left, you see the example of the line sheets, and they have been created using the tools that are built into the software. And on the right hand side, you see the virtual showroom example, which is a great tool because it allows the designers to create the collection and show it to the potential buyers without staging the showroom presentation. So the designers to integrate their process into the production seamlessly and accurately, and including the creation of the tag packs you see it on the left hand side. You can also see the pattern layouts and bill of materials because all your information is already stored in the system. And one of the great features of most of the programs with the 3D tools is the ability to see the garment fittings. And you can see it on the right in different poses with the different colors, meaning different way of stress for the fabric. And you can also do the grading of your garments, thus creating the collection for all the size ranges. If you'd like to see more examples of my 3D fashion, please visit my YouTube channel, and you'll see the link to my 3D portfolio included with the description of each video. And please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.